Resignation letter of Deborah Pampento. Everybody sure read it in the newspaper. Council all got copies of it. Your pleasure in that resignation.
Also move to accept it. That's what you want to do.
I don't think you should have stepped down. Randy, I want to make a motion. I want to make a motion for you to step down.
So, second.
All in favor?
First off, that you cannot make a motion for me to step down. It's not in the procedure.
Show it to me. Save the city
Ordinance
$270.
270. I have enough signatures for a recall.
There's a procedure to present that.
Show him the
You deny yourself.
There's an ordinance 270.
Giving people call, you turned on.
Give Clint 270.
You turned 15 people down there that recall to be on this agenda.
And then
nobody you just
Clint 270.
Here's a copy of ordinance 270 for you council members.
He seconded it, just vote on
Give
it.
it to Clint.
There's a
Walk
motion
out
on the
vote.
floor before all that.
Yeah. The motion is-
We highlighted in yellow.
I made a motion to accept it. Yes, that's what you want.
Three councilmen can make any
Okay.
motion.
The motion on the floor, moved and second to accept the resignation of Deborah Pampento.
No.
There's a
Okay.
I want to
Discussion.
speak to Deborah myself right now. Deborah, can I ask you one question right now?
Yes,
Is that wholeheartedly what you want to do?
As long as Randy Amhar's mayor, I can't work with him.
I'm not saying that. Do you want to step down as the position of city administrator right now?
No.
Then I will not agree to accept the letter from Deborah Pampento at this time.
Okay.
Only 270, Clint.
Okay, we got a motion on the floor. All in favor? Opposed?
That is opposed to accepting the letter, correct?
That's right.
I am opposed to accepting the letter for resignation.
Okay. So let's do a vote. You in favor? Sonny?
I said, for the letter.
Okay. So we got two in favor. Clint, opposed? Herman, opposed? Ed?
I don't feel it should be, if she wants to stay, then she can stay, so I'm opposed also.
That's right.
there's another motion on the floor.
Now there's a motion.
There's another motion on the floor.
Point of order.
It's not on the agenda.
Doesn't make any difference. The motion was made.
Point of order.
John?
Right there in the ordinance, Mr. Ampower.
Three council.
Let Mr. Athey read the ordinance.
Come forward, come here.
I called the ethics committee. I know what they said.
What ordinance? I've not reviewed.
Let Clint read it, what we
Read it,
highlighted.
Clint.
Section 8 of ordinance number 270 says the city of Kaiser shall be governed by a council consisting of a mayor and 5 council members chosen as provided in section 6 as amended this charter. Each of the said council members shall have the right to vote on all questions coming before the council, but the mayor shall have no right except as set forth in section 6 as amended and as set forth in this section as amended. 4 members of the council or the mayor and 3 members of the council shall constitute a quorum.
Turn it.
Affirmative
Hey, keep going. Read it.
Says the affirmative vote of 3 council members and the affirmative vote of 3 council members.
Can pass any motion, any motion, measure, or any measure. That's right.
Which means hopefully allowing us to talk, it has to happen tonight.
You want to talk.
We have freedom of speech.
And I have enough signatures to back it right here for a recall.
and I've been sitting here holding
Somebody
my hand up
second.
all this time being ignored?
Clint has already seconded.
It's already seconded, you voted on it.
Clint's already seconded, she's been on.
There needs to have a vote.
I'm aware that the state code obviously trumps the charter. The charter obviously trumps municipal ordinances. West Virginia Code 812.4 provides the mechanism for a recall election. I think that in section 36 of the municipal charter would apply. Under these circumstances, there's a procedure outlined, and I believe that's a procedure we would need to follow. I have not reviewed this
Read
ordinance.
the bottom of it, John, and turn the page. 3 counts, so it's clear.
Section 9 of the state code. You can go to 8 all
This is
you
to
want, but
adopt any
section 9
motion,
trumps it.
resolution, or ordinance. or pass
Exactly.
any
Any
measure.
motion. Any motion. That would include
A
that.
motion has been made and seconded.
John, continue, please.
It's not on the agenda, and
Order! The attorney's speaking.
He's not on the agenda.
And it's up to us to confer the legal advice.
Who's us?
The council made a motion. A councilman does not have to be on the agenda to make a motion.
West Virginia Code 816 say that the pertinent provisions of this chapter shall supersede such conflicting or inconsistent charter provisions and shall be deemed amendments to such charters. I believe that state code would apply. I think it would supersede the municipal charter, and the charter would govern over the ordinances. I'm obviously not comfortable rendering an opinion here on the spot without the benefit of legal research. I think we should act prudently and cautiously and be circumspect. Consult the Secretary of State's office in the Municipal League. I mean, obviously, I'm just here to render a legal opinion. I'm not commenting one way or the other on the underlying issue. But I think there's
I still think if they want to vote,
With
they
all
ought to
due
vote.
respect, Mr. Aiken, numerous of us have contacted the Secretary of State, and she conferred with us, a lot of us. We asked to be put on the agenda and was denied, and she said that a council member can make a motion, and if it's seconded, it has to be voted.
Is there a motion on the floor?
That is state law.
Got a motion on the floor.
Has it been seconded?
Yes.
Yes.
Then it should go to a vote. That is
It's on the agenda. We'll have to vote right now.
This issue is not on the agenda, and I think
You're not on the agenda.
Well, how are we allowed
We,
to
the
put anything on the
people, have
agenda
a
when we're
voice.
not allowed to do it? We are council members.
They are
We should be allowed to put-
elected.
They can't put stuff on the agenda too.
Sir, another outburst, and I'm going to ask you to leave, please.
I asked not long ago to have something put on the agenda on a Monday morning. I wasn't allowed. But I have seen many times
What
on
did you ask
Tuesday
for
when
on
there
the
has been
agenda?
amendments to the agenda by you. Changing to do this, changing stuff. Well, we're going to word it this way, we're going to word it that way, with no approval of us.
They're elected.
You change this stuff and not tell anybody about it.
There
And
was
it's been
nothing
done.
changed after the agenda come out without the approval of the council.
I've never approved a couple of changes that have been on there. I've seen it. Well, that's not
There
what was
was
handed to me
the only
Friday.
things that were changed was before the agenda was put out to the media or on the council floor when we approved it at the very beginning.
I'll pull a couple of them up to show you.
There's a motion and a second.
Have a motion on the floor.
Been seconded, we need a vote.
I can vote.
Friday, you wouldn't let me on the agenda.
I asked you what for and you wouldn't tell me.
I told
None of your
you.
business.
Don't tell me I didn't tell you.
An elected official doesn't need to be on the agenda. They're elected just the same.
There's a motion and a second.
There's a motion and a
I
second.
mean, I've rendered a legal opinion. I mean,
Your legal opinion is it's not a valid vote.
Say that.
that's my legal opinion is that the state code should apply, and that
So just let them have the vote
the
then.
Secretary of State's office should be consulted before.
You need to look at section 9, John,
Section 9
of
of.
the West Virginia Code. Is that right?
Yes.
You got your.
I don't have it with me, unfortunately.
The city attorney.
I mean, I've rendered a legal opinion. I don't think it's proper to vote on this evening.
I think you should
Sorry,
just do the
Beth.
right thing, Mr. Mayor, and step down. The citizens on the.
Paid the citizens of Kaiser $10,000.
Got a motion on the floor. All in favor? All opposed?
It's an election year, folks.
What, is this the motion?
This is a motion for me to step down.
I'll make a motion for you to step down.
Okay, let's start over. We got a motion on the floor for me to step down. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Ed?
I said no.
Okay, motion defeated. Let's move on.